what's happening? What's new in your world in title insurance? Hey, our
Oh
steak
man.
video was pretty cool.
Oh yeah. People were loving that.
Yeah, that was awesome. Should I cut this part out of the video?
Yeah. You're not recording yet, are you?
I am. Oh,
Yeah. Do not record this.
yeah, I will delete this part out.
Yes. How's my connection, by the way? Is it okay?
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay. I'm operating off my phone, so through the computer.
I love how you're subdued on a Saturday morning.
Yeah. Just a little chill. I'll explain in a minute.
The fun part about this is that it's Saturday morning, and
I know.
and we're supplying content to the floaties on a Saturday morning.
Yeah. Yeah. And you'll like my subdued. I'll explain the subduedness in just a moment.
Oh,
You will laugh a little bit.
I would do anything right now to say something completely inappropriate and irritate you to the point where you have to shut me down.
No, that's not it. Well, it's really funny. Like I had just gotten set up, and this is a public park, and there was an elderly gentleman, and he decided to sit down directly on the other side of my computer to take a rest, right when this thing opened up. So I'm like, "Hi," and then we just started talking, and his wife just came and picked him up, and he shuffled over to the deal. I'm like, "Okay." He didn't. There's like probably 10 benches, 10 picnic tables here, and he sat directly on the other side of my computer.
You just have that friendly face.
Exactly. Yeah, just nothing but a podcast here.
Yes, sir. Just keep moving, sir.
Exactly. Nothing to see here.
Nothing.
He didn't even say hi. He just sat down. He had a full face shield on, like a plastic PPE face shield.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So David, I've flown twice since in the last couple of weeks, and I can't remember if I told you or someone else, but you have to wear a mask out, on all these flights. So, I've got the old surgical mask thing on, and not loving it, but wearing it. And I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 people got on the plane with baseball hats on, and they have this the plastic shield that has a curved slice in the shield, and it just snaps on to the front of your baseball hat.
I like that.
And there's no hooks. The guy's eating and drinking, and he's got the welder's helmets. And then when we got off the plane, he just pulled it right off and put it in his backpack. So it's like,
I don't know how effective that is.
It complied.
No mask?
No, that was his mask.
Huh. Interesting.
Yeah. Southwest.
Well, Southwest obviously doesn't care about its customers.
I'm not a Southwest guy, but my Delta people aren't flying right now in certain places where I need to be. But that opens up in July. They're going to start opening up some more Florida flights.
Our corporate policy is we are not traveling until the end of this month. Yeah, we're not traveling until the end of this month probably. So
yeah, ours is too, unless it's essential. And I knew it was essential for me to get where I needed to be, and that's for another podcast.
Yes,
and it wasn't Florida.
Nice.
And I think but I'm not going to say anything yet because we've got to do that. We got to be ready.
Oh yeah, no, I hear you.
So okay, so you were traveling, but in the part I edited out, I can try to clean this up.
I was not traveling.
Well, no, not by plane.
I was driving around seeing agents. Yes, exactly.
Yeah, and digitally traveling. So I'm in Milwaukee and you're in Missouri right now, and we're traveling.
Exactly. Yep.
So that's what you've been up to. What else has been up? What's new in the title world?
Well, we've got a couple really cool things going on with.
I like when you get quiet when there's visitors around you.
AI and machine learning. That exactly. Yeah. So yeah, yeah. Hey, it's outsized nature. It's great. No, we've just built a new decision engine for the company that our agents and lenders are gonna use that can render a title decision pretty much instantly. But it uses title data, public data, MERS, and other data sources that are unique to us and our underwriting that will help agents close deals and lenders move things through their pipeline much faster.
So when you say decision engine, I mean, are you saying the decision as to in the search process, you think of like opening these giant books and blowing off the dust and reading the track books and are you talking about the decisions on which documents to submit to someone to review, or is your decision thing reading all those and making decisions to like, that's kind of cool.
A little bit of both. So what it'll do is it doesn't replace the examiner, it augments the examiner. So what's going to happen is you will search a property, and let's say you're in Southeast Florida, okay, and you have Jose Rodriguez. That's a very common name down there, Spanish surname, both first and last. And now you have 50 pages of printouts for judgments, for liens, for things like that.
Just because it's a common name.
Exactly, because it could be John Smith anywhere. So I'm just using Florida because it's very data rich as well too. So by the way, a classroom pretty much just arrived over here. If you can probably hear them. So.
It's cool. Keep going.
Exactly.
Roll. This isn't polished.
Nah, it's all right. It's great. So they're having a snack. So if you can hear.
We can hear you fine, Russ. We can hear you fine, by the way.
But okay, good. So what'll happen is it'll look at who the person is. It will make sure that those judgments are on our person, not somebody else with a common name. It'll make sure that is it on the address, is it on the person, and start outing those. If it's an old judgment, we have underwriting guidelines that are on there. If it's over 10 years, if it's, there's certain things that will start outing the judgments. Same things for liens. If it's an HOA lien that's that name, but it's not on the property, it just starts kicking these things out. So that when the examiner gets this, they're going to get a report that has everything on the property, hyperlinks to all documents that they need, and be able to pull the stuff up instantly. And we've got integrations in certain systems where it just drops right into your system. And you just get the data directly into your system, and it's more robust. There's other engines out there, but ours has a much wider array of data sources that we're pulling from. And it's really cool because lenders can use this at the point of sale system to vet buyers or vet borrowers and say, okay, this person, we're clear to close because title's clean. We can fast track them over here. Or if it's needing more curative work, they move it over to a more curative lane. And it's using AI, it's using machine learning. It's based on our specific underwriting guidelines. So depending on the market, we can ratchet it up or down as needed on risk tolerance as well too. So it's really pretty cool. And it's going to be a tool that we're rolling out to our agents to use. And what we're getting is anywhere a 60 to 70% hit rate for clear to close on these. So if you've got somebody that bought their house, let's say 5 years ago, they're refinancing now. They have no judgments. They have no outstanding liens. That's about as clean as you can get. The examiner might just need to QC that and then go. Right. And so instead of them having to search everything, look at all the documents, out judgments that aren't that person with a common name, they can just spend seconds on that file, make sure everything looks good. If they need to pull up a document to look at it, they'll have it right there. Go. Where we're working on it now is the purchase side, because it's very easy to get the borrower information. It's harder to get the seller information. So also you have to make sure, are there rights of first refusal? Are there certain things that are running with the land that you have to do a little heavier examination with? But there's ways to pull that data in. You can use OCR. There's lots of ways to make it work.
So is this something, I know this is your agent's national title and I'm Knightberry, so we're one underwriter and one agent. I'm thinking this is pretty cool. You're thinking this is pretty cool. Is this something that you think, I know other underwriters might have something like this, or, I'm not trying to knock you. I'm just saying, is this the trend? Is this a trend you're going to see?
And I don't want to knock what they have. I just, ours is the newest iteration of, it's nothing new under the sun. It's just the iPhone 11. That's the difference. The basic platform might be pulling from certain data sources, but we have more data sources. It's faster, it's more refined, and it's it's just modern. Some of the others might be 5-6 years old. That just doesn't have the newer technology. But it's called Real Search is what ours is called. And it's going to be a suite of products that we have for agents to roll out. And it's going to be it's really cool. We're getting press releases out. It's hitting Title News and Title Report here very shortly. A lot of people have heard about algorithms and doing searches without writing title without searches. That's not what this is at all. You're doing a full search. You're getting MERS data. You're getting data from all sorts of different sources, title data, personal data, everything to do an actual search. It's not just an algorithm where you say, well, they've owned this property for X amount of years. Based on how long they've owned it, the amount of property, we think there's a 3% chance there's going to be a claim, so we'll insure that. It's not like that. There's an actual search being done. So it follows state laws on title searches. It's compliant and it's more accurate. So that's what's really cool about it. And it's the future. I think we're all moving towards things like that. Yeah. So what's new in your world, bud?
It's weird because I've gotten more calls in the last 30 days from agents that are considering retiring and selling than I have in the last 3 years. And I think the COVID thing scared the hell out of everyone because we have had we meaning the title industry, we've had a hell of a 5 to 10 year run. COVID comes along and it hurt some people. And I think they said, well, let's go now before
get while
reduce numbers. I mean, when you look at a title agency, you look at a period of 3 to 5 years, but you give more value in your valuation to the most current year and the previous year. So if the trend is going down, your valuation is going down quicker. So I think a lot of people are thinking this is an opportunity to kind of hang it up, and everyone's had a great run. So I don't know. That's what I'm seeing. As you know, we're at acquisition mode, so it's been a lot of fun. So there's a lot of opportunities. So.
What do you see going forward? Have your employees said, hey, I like this. Even after this is over, I'd like to entertain it? I know ours have.
Yeah. So that's the thing. I want to get back to normal and run the company the way we used to run the company. However, June 13th, Craig says, kind of working and the staff kind of digs it, but I don't know. So our official position at our company that we released to our own company was no change. Just do what you're doing. We're safer in the office now. We're kind of used to it and the distancing and the safety requirements and the masks. If you want to bring them, that's fine. We have a few people that wear masks. All the closing room people, the closers wear masks and all that. And it worked out okay. So since it's not broken, we're not going to try to change anything up right now, especially there are some people who are still, super sensitive about the prospects or the risks of getting it. So, we're just kind of making sure that everyone's comfortable, safe, and there's nothing to see here. What you've been doing great since February, we're doing it again in June. So we'll see how that works.
Yeah, we're working with our corporate HR above us to talk about, hey, if we decide to do this long term with people working from home, how do we set guardrails up? Because everybody kind of just did it this time without much thought. Just go home, we'll figure it out. And you just kind of learned how to ride a bike by jumping on and going.
Yeah.
Now, though, we have the opportunity to say, okay, how do I manage some guidelines? How do I communicate effectively going forward when it's not just a necessity, but it's more of a perk working from home?
The trouble that we've had, I don't want to say the only trouble, but the main problem we've had with people working at home is the technology. How do I set up a networked printer at home? How do I access certain sites that we need to do title securely with my Comcast router? How do we, it's all those things. It's, hey, how come I can't get in and print a check? Because you're not on the network. You're not secure. No, that's not going to happen. So I need a webcam to do Zoom meetings with the rest of the office. It's impossible to get a webcam. They're big. We've got 30 on order since March 1 and they're still not in. So, all the tech issues, my kid jammed the printer printing his homework and now I can't print a commitment. Well, what the shit, So, Yeah, so that's the issue we're having. But the people working at home and the ability to produce, the ability to communicate with customers, that's all fine so far. So it's just some of the tech stuff's been a trap.
I think some people might not have children though that are like that
Yeah. Hey,
too.
Dave,
So I know
we're gonna
that's
need
been
to
the hardest part is with my kids at
wrap
home
this up
and not at school, having to. Yeah, it's
because it's lagging
yeah.
too much. So I think
It's crashing.
it's crashing.
It's crashing. There's too many people around.
We've given them more content than they deserve anyway, so this
Yes.
is enough.
You slice and dice it, and you do it. So, all
I'll make it work. Have a good rest of your day, man.
right, thanks, you too, bud.
Everybody.
All right.